Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool's manager who's currently in his final season and is in one of the many cup finals he will play at this season. Mauricio Pochettino, a manager who has just taken Chelsea this season, is looking to try and start his first season at Chelsea with a trophy. So this weekend is the Carabao Cup final, and we are going to do a tactical preview between the match between Chelsea and Liverpool. These are two great English sides who will be clashing at Wembley this weekend, and we are going to see what tactics that each manager will employ. So just a slightly reminder that this is the part 2 of our series of analyzing Chelsea versus Liverpool Carabao Cup final. We've done an analysis in our timeline of how Chelsea exploited Pep, and in our part 1 we have discussed how Chelsea can employ the tactic they used against Manchester City to beat Liverpool. So Klopp and Pochettino are meeting again in a final. This time, this is not the first final they are meeting. Pochettino lost in one of the most heartfelt finals in his managerial career, the Champions League final, to Jurgen Klopp. And Klopp will be looking to enhance his record against Pochettino in this game. However, Klopp might face a setback, and this is the injury woes that Liverpool are currently facing. The key notable injury problems are Curtis Jones, Szoboszlai, Alisson, Trent, Jota, Salah, and Darwin Núñez. But I still believe that Liverpool have the squad to actually dominate this game and create problems for Chelsea, and we are going to see how. Chelsea still have their own injury woes, but their team looks to be set. And let me share my lineup. So Petrovic will retain his position in goal despite the return of Robert Sanchez. Sanchez is a more adventurous passer of the ball, but Petrovic is more reserved and is more assured in goal, not making any clumsy mistakes in goal. Centre-back pairing will be Disasi and Levi Colwill, and their partnership looks quite great. The two of them managed to contain Manchester City's backline, and they also played remarkably well against Aston Villa. So this is a defense that Chelsea should stick with. Now, in the fullback position, Gusto and Ben Chilwell will be back, and both of them look great. Gusto has really stepped up into that right back position, and Reece James will actually find it problematic to try to win this position from Gusto. In midfield, we expect the double pivot of Enzo and Caicedo. So Enzo and Caicedo have played well, and they look to complement each other perfectly when they are playing alongside each other in that midfield position. Now, the three other midfielders in front of the double pivot is Gallagher, who will be playing as a number 10, with Sterling and Cole Palmer playing alongside him. And we are going to go with a 4-2-3-1 formation, and this means that we'll have one forward leading the line, and this forward that I'm picking to lead the line is Nicholas Jackson. His excellent hold-up play and his link-up play are very good. The funny thing about Jackson is that he's not a prolific goal scorer, but he's a very good footballer. When he's not in the team suffers, but when he's in the team, he helps the team in many ways. But before we even begin our analysis, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. So we start looking at Liverpool in possession, since they will be much more dominant on the ball, and Liverpool build up with their centre-backs spreading alongside their goalkeeper, with their front three pushing forward. So the difference that Chelsea should have is that they must be extremely aggressive when pressing Liverpool, with Conor Gallagher being touch tight on Van Dijk and Jackson being touch tight on Konate, while interchanging on who picks up Wataru Endo in the midfield. When the ball will be shafted over to the wide areas, Palmer and Raheem Sterling should be aggressive in engaging the touchline press and force Liverpool to go long, where they can easily win the ball back and begin their attacking phase. Now, when Liverpool manage to beat the first line of pressure, many times they will manage to do it, Chelsea should sit in a mid-aggressive block. Not a mid-passive block, a mid-aggressive block. So Liverpool will most likely like to shift in a back three with either Robertson tucking in and Van Dijk coming in to play as a central back. Harvey Elliott may move into this inside channel together with Gravenberch, with McAllister playing as a double pivot next to Endo. So Jackson should be aggressive on Virgil, especially because Virgil is the one who has an excellent passing accuracy to pick players behind the lines, with the likes of Cole Palmer and Raheem Sterling being extremely aggressive towards the wide centre backs. Conor Gallagher should sit on Endo and McAllister to deny them any opportunity on the ball. Now, Disasi should be keen to step out and win the ball in case Liverpool decide to go long, and Chelsea should be quick, swift and ruthless in the counter-attacking situation. And this is when their pressing traps bear fruits, with players such as Cole Palmer looking to use his creativity to try and create something. Now, Chelsea in possession will be quite unique, because the last time Chelsea were limited by Liverpool from even progressing from their defensive third. This is by Liverpool going man-to-man at the backline and pushing their all their players to go man-to-man against Chelsea. So how Liverpool do this is they ensure they limit Chelsea's midfield progression by having a 3v3 in midfield. And this only forces Chelsea to play one ball to a free fullback, especially down the left, where Liverpool's right back is not afraid to shift across and immediately engage in a press. The benefit of this man-to-man press, if it is done perfectly, then you can suffocate teams. But if a player manages to identify a pocket of space such as Cole Palmer, him dropping deep to receive the ball in areas where he used to drop deep against Manchester City can enable him to link up effectively with players such as Gusto. This might enable them to create overloads against Robertson, where they can easily play penetrative balls towards the channels where Liverpool will leave Chelsea with a lot of space. Now, Gusto might attempt to make crosses for Sterling and Jackson, and therefore Sterling and Jackson should be quite ready to take shots on goal and at least convert the chances they will have, because chances they will have in this game. Alternatively, Caicedo can drop to and play like a centre back, pushing Disasi to play as a right back. This might force Gusto to now hold the width higher up the pitch, and Chelsea might try to look by creating this overload down the right and playing immediate balls in these positions, allowing Cole Palmer to play in the floating role, picking up pockets of space in the midfield regions and allowing Disasi to find Gusto in acres of space with time and space to try to link up with players such as Palmer. Palmer in this position now can receive the ball, with Chelsea having many numbers against Liverpool's disoriented backline, and Palmer can try to progress with the ball forward and look to play an intricate pass, especially for Raheem Sterling, who can try to use his runs to at least try to score a goal and put Chelsea ahead in this game. Now, sometimes Chelsea will manage to beat Liverpool's press, and when this happens, Chelsea will most likely now be in settled possession. So how can Chelsea be in settled possession? In the game against Manchester City, we saw an interesting thing that Chelsea did. Palmer would tuck into the right half space region. Gusto would push forward high up the pitch earlier on, and we will see Caicedo drop deep in between the two centre backs to play as a third centre back, allowing Chelsea to form that pseudo back three system. This is because Chelsea have two attacking fullbacks, and Chilwell, a player who likes to underlap, can move to occupy the left channel, with Gallagher dropping deep to play alongside Enzo Fernandez. Fernandez in this position can be looking to either pick runners making runs behind the Liverpool's high line, and this might suit players such as Raheem Sterling, who likes to make those diagonal runs, enabling him to make that diagonal run into the 18-yard space and look to create, make a cross, or at least attempt a shot on target. Down the right, it will also be quite interesting, because now Caicedo can either play the ball to Gusto. Gusto can attempt to progress the ball forward and slip in Cole Palmer. And if Cole Palmer is not well tracked, he can have the space that we saw in the first half against Manchester City, where he can use his left foot to attempt a shot on goal. And him being so clinical, you expect him to score in these kinds of positions. So the Carabao Cup final will be a very interesting game. It's a game that I'm really anticipating so that I can analyze how the game will go. So the predictions of this game are quite wild, and we don't know what we expect to see at the end of this game. So the last Carabao Cup clash between Chelsea and Liverpool managed to win. They managed to beat Chelsea in 2 finals with penalties. But this Carabao Cup, if Mount was more clinical, Chelsea should have won this game. But Liverpool, by luck, managed to win this game. So this is another cup final that Pochettino is facing Jurgen Klopp, and Klopp has showcased his resounding form against Pochettino in cup finals. So it's up to Pochettino to come up with a strategy to beat a wounded Liverpool, though the game will be extremely tough for Chelsea, and they need to be clinical and defensively assured. Pochettino, a manager who has been ridiculed over the past for not winning anything in the Premier League, is a manager who will be trying to win at least one silverware at Chelsea. And his winning a silverware at Chelsea will really hurt the Tottenham Hotspur's fans, as well as give Chelsea fans bragging rights in this game. So what are your predictions for this game? My predictions, I'm not quite sure if Chelsea will manage to convert their chances, but they can win. So you can leave your predictions down below, and we will be eager to see how this tactical encounter unfolds.